And Scott Starboard.
Hey, Scott.
Scott Starboard.
All right, I'll get Scott.
Scott Starboard.
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 Scott Starboard!
Now, turn it up, feel the bass line, gallop fast, collide past the stars, shoot through the mast. Hands high, cheer flows like the breeze. The Scott Starboard vibe, breaking rules with ease. Gritty like sawdust, but smoother than silk. Words spill out, whipped up, honey to milk. The show takes on galaxies, king of the scene. Fusion of rhythms, a genre-grafted dream. Scott Starboard. Every pulse and sound, a radiant glow. It's the Scott Starboard. Now giddy up, get down, and let that energy grow.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Let's go. I am Scott Starboard. This is the Scott Starboard Show. I thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Let me just say this real quick. Last night's show, right? You might see it on my face. I have a little ticker here telling me how many people are watching. And I'm looking up at this thing, and it says like 150, 160, 170. I'm like, holy cannolis, it's happening, baby. Let's go. It's happening. And then the show was over. I thought it was a great show. I enjoyed myself. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And I'm watching this. I'm looking at the YouTube, deal afterwards. And it said, whatever I had. Apparently, because I forget that I'm going live on X as well. Apparently, it's like well over 150 people watched on X. I don't know if they were bots or not. I'm kind of annoyed for some reason. It's not letting me go live on X right now. Yeah, so I don't know what that's all about. We'll try again later. Sorry, bots on X. I hope they were bots. Dang it, I was hoping to go live with X people so I could say, if you're real, come to YouTube. Everybody got a YouTube. Everybody watches YouTube. I know YouTube's a bunch of, commie, Marxists and stuff. Everybody watches YouTube. Grandma ain't changing, the light bulb in her bathroom, the fancy one, without checking. No diss to grandma. Hey, grandma, when I need to do something, especially with the car, I check on YouTube. I'm like, all right, let me see YouTube. Everybody got YouTube. I don't want to hear this mess that you're on X and you can't come over and hang out for a little while on the Scott Starboard Show while we do what we do every Wednesday. Oh, it's on. Because you know what time it is. Today, every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, today's Wednesday, right in the middle, we are tailgating, pre-gaming, priming for prime time. 99 Alex time. That's just how it is. We going all the way to 8 o'clock. Well, 7 o'clock. Whoop, my bad. And to about 6:55 when Alex comes on at 7 o'clock. And then Alex goes all the way up till Doc Matt Steve at 8 o'clock. Your night is taken care of, folks. It's all taken care of. No reason to go anywhere else. Now, listen. Today, I thought yesterday might be controversial. Today, I'm probably going to get in big trouble because I don't know if you've seen it, but I'm just doing one story. One story. I might, peek a couple of pooky pokes here and there and a couple other things. But, man, I felt so bad on yesterday's show. I watched it back, and I'm like, come on. I had two banger stories, just two. And I couldn't get through them fast enough. 1 hour with you wonderful, beautiful, amazing people is not enough. It ain't enough. I need more. But I thought yesterday's show was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes I get off the show. Mrs. Starboard's like, oh, what are you pouting for? No, I'm only kidding. But I'll be like, man, I don't know. She wants it. that was great. You did good. I'm like, yeah, you love me, so you tell me that. But I didn't feel like it was good. She's like, oh, you're crazy. But I'm my own worst critic. What do you want from me? I'm a perfectionist. I want the perfeczione. I don't know what language that is, but it's something. All right, yo, look and check this out. Oh, way to go. Hey, get back up there. Shout out to Mom Dukes. And another shout out to Mrs. Starboard. 9 years ago. 9 years ago, on this very day, Mrs. Starboard said, enough's enough. I'm done. I ain't drinking no more. And it's been 9 years. I just want to give my wife a shout out because, man, it's not. Listen, 9 years. That's fantastic. It's amazing. You know, it's like it's some things in life are just not easy. I'm still smoking pokey pokies. I gotta quit these damn things. But I just want to give the most love I possibly can, all the flowers in the world, to the one and only Mrs. Starboard. She's amazing. Unfreaking believe. If you guys could only see a tenth of the stuff that this woman accomplishes, you'd be blown away. I'm telling you, I'm the luckiest man. Today. I am the luckiest man in the world. Let's go. Shout out to my beautiful, wonderful, amazing wife. All right, let me get. I don't know why this still ain't going live. Come on, ready to go live. I'm live. We're on X, baby. Let's go. Very, very good. All right, let's get to the chat because I am very long at that. I was trying to rhyme, damn it. But yeah, because this Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein victim thing, it's a little long and complicated. I will say this. Before we get to that, I will say this. My entire... yeah, I guess. My entire outlook on this whole Epstein thing has completely changed. Completely changed! There are many things that, of course, will never change that I think, and I believe all of y'all beautiful, wonderful people, agree with. But, man, I just saw it in a whole new light. I'm going to flip it. I'm going to flip it. I just like it this way better. So when I point, it's pointing in the same direction that I wanted to point to. All right, let's go. Morgan Elizabeth's in the house. Everybody give some love. Morgan Elizabeth, thank you so much for being here. The one and only Bob Cook, the love machine, if you will. Ladies and gentlemen, Picasso ain't got shit on my man, Bob Cook. I love you, Bob. The fat pig, the glorious pig, my man. What is good? I can't, bro. I don't want to pressure you, but I want you on here. Sue, I'd like for you to co-host, bro. Just come on. We don't even have to. I know you like debating. I love debating too. But Fat Pig, I just want you on here. Just, we can go through a couple of stories together and pick them apart and love, hate them, whatever. I think it'd be fun, brother. Truth is unbreakable. We had Truth on here before, and I'd like Truth to be coming up on here. I mean, I really want. She did you guys remember. Truth did an absolutely amazing video on the casino out there in Milwaukee. Sorry, I watched Wayne's World many years ago, and Alice Cooper was on there because apparently Alice Cooper's from Milwaukee, and he's like, it's pronounced Milwaukee, and that has stuck into my caveman brain. And even till this day, I honestly did that by accident. I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm always, I like to try to be upbeat and funny and shit. I will talk to, someone, they're like, oh, we were in, Wisconsin. And I'm like, where were you at? Like, Milwaukee? And she's like, oh, I'm so always thinking a customer as a woman. Because nowadays, if you ask for the man of the house, the woman comes out. But anyway, no, and they'll be like, what? I'm like, Milwaukee. And Alice Cooper. Love you, Alice Cooper. Shout out to Alice Cooper. The Unknown Turtle. Oh my God, I am so proud of you. I love you. I am the luckiest man in the world for real. M Sensei, my mom, M Sensei. I'm so glad you're here. My mom got me a little gong just for you. Ready? And I've wanted to do this since I believe like the first show or second show. It's like M Sensei. I know it's not too loud. It's just a little desk gong, but it got it going on. I'm so glad you're here, M Sensei. Let's go. Finally made it to a lot, bro. This is like the most difficult time to stream. It really is. I remember back in the day when Glenn Beck was on at the 5 o'clock hour on Fox News when I still watched that shit many moons ago. Bill O'Reilly at 8 o'clock got all the, he beat everybody. He beat every channel and all that shit. I know I'm ancient here. This is before, people had cell phones, but we weren't all like, brain microchipped into the phones. And TV actually mattered back then. And Glenn Beck's show was a trillion times better than Bill O'Reilly, but Bill O'Reilly just had the bragging rights. He could brag about it because he's like, because it's 5 o'clock. And I know it's 5 o'clock, in the Central Time, 4 o'clock Eastern Time. It's just tough time. 3, 4, 5, 6, and all the way up to even 7 is a little tough. People get home from work, people eat food, you got different, dinner and all that. It's just a tough time. But I am so glad you am since my mom was thinking about you for real. We love you around here, brother. Yes, she does, Truth. I can't wait for you guys to meet in real life. I swear, y'all and Morgan and everybody's gonna be best friends. Next year at the Chat Rat meetup, I'm dragging her there. I'm sorry. I love you, baby. I'm dragging you. Go to the Chat Rat meetup next year. It's gonna be fire. What's up, Dr. Scholar? What's up, chat? Let's go. Oh wait, we don't say Milwaukee like that. Just say MKE. It's all good. Oh, all right. That sounds like fun. I'm telling you, the Fat Pig, brother, it's gonna be fun, dude. That's why I wanted you on the other night, like just to shoot the shit. We ain't got to debate and all that mess. We can just look at some stuff and have a good time. If you can do it next Monday, that'd be great. I'm still working on my Palantir deal. I know I've been promoting that thing for like a month, but I want to get it all right. And I don't know. It's sort of a pain in the butt. And then I went on vacation and I'm like, Palin who? But I did do a little bit of stuff. But vacation was amazing. Then my birthday, the whole nation celebrated my birthday on Monday, on Labor Day. I guess they call it Labor Day. Everybody else calls it my birthday. They all tell me it's my birthday. No, but I just had, and then on the weekends, like that weekends are for family. But I still try to do some editing and a bunch of other fun stuff. But I know, bro, when my mom gave this to me, my heart was just overfilled with joy. It was great. And if you weren't here yesterday, my mom got me this. She got a hat for my wife that says Mrs. Starboard and a hat for each one of the kids with their names on. I was like, it was amazing. Honestly, it was just love. It was all love. I wasn't ready for it. Dude, it has been work has been a killer lately. Lots of travel. Damn. Right. Listen, that Glenn Beck show back in the day was absolutely amazing. It was like every day, at least 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, you were going to school. You were being taught real stuff. That's why Fox News got rid of him. They couldn't handle the dude. And now here he is fucking over my boy Alex Stein, and I'm back to being pissed at Glenn Beck too. But it was amazing while it lasted. Deal, just let me know. Hell yeah, I'll message you on what do you use? Instagram. I'll message you on Instagram, and we'll try and do that for Monday, brother. All right, let me hurry up. Look, I'm already blabbing. I love you guys. I'm having too much funs over here. All right, how do I do this? I gotta add this to the bing, and then you go to that to the ding, and there we go. I want it a little bigger. There we go. All right, this I hope. Listen, like I told everybody, Doc Matt Steve comes on at 8:00 right after Alex is over. He is great at these long form deals. That's not my bag, so bear with me because I ain't gonna. My pause game is not good. Let me just tell you, Mrs. Starboard will tell you. That's why she's like, you're gonna have to get fixed to something because you don't know your pause game's terrible. All right, where am I? What the fuck am I talking about? All right, so before we get into this, I just want to show you guys something. This pissed me off. This thing came up live. I had like 6 of them live, and they were all left-wing YouTube channels. I'm not subscribed to any left-wing YouTube channel. Like I do operate, Oppo research here and there. Because you got to know what the other side's talking about if you're going to debate them and see what where their crazy minds are. This dude, Midas Touch. That's not how you spell Midas. I'm 90% sure that's not how you spell Midas. Maybe it's Midas Touch, and maybe it's Midas Touch. I don't know. But this guy is a douchebag. Ready? Watch this.
I'm Ben Mycelis from the Midas Touch Network, and this is a special edition, the Epstein.
Hold on. Sorry to get bogged down. What's his name? Ben Mycelis?
I'm Ben Mycelis from
Mycelis Touch. That doesn't even rhyme, bro. So it's the Mycelis Touch. You're a fucking loser. Loser. All right, watch this. Watch this.
From the Midas Touch Network, and this is a special edition, the Epstein and Ghislane Maxwell survivors will be holding a press conference momentarily.
All right, now listen. That's who we are dealing with. Do you guys see? Oh, by the way, since I've had this waiting, it was at 60K. Just thumbs up. And we know everybody has a problem hitting thumbs up. Please hit thumbs up on this show, by the way. I always forget to say that. Look at this. Almost 5,000 responses. Just real quick. Really quick. Let's see if it'll do it. All right, good. This is this douchebag. Do not subscribe to this guy. I'm begging you. 5.35 million freaking subscribers. You just saw what he looks like, and you heard his crummy voice. Everything is anti-Trump. This guy's entire, TDS out the ass. I love Trump, and I don't talk about him that much. This dude is obsessed. And look at, he's getting, 250,000 views every single time. This stuff is making you man crazy. Unbelievable. There were 80,000 live viewers. The biggest that I've ever seen of don't be filthy. The most live viewers I've ever seen on a live was Steven Crowder's 2016, I think it was, the Trump, election night. And there was like 800,000 people in it, something ridiculous. But ever since that, like the biggest, number I've ever seen, I almost stepped in it again. The biggest amount of live viewers I ever seen on a live YouTube show was 89,000, besides the Crowder one, was PBD at 89,000. I believe he had Alex Jones on. I think that's what it was. And PBD's constantly getting 30, 40, 50,000 live viewers every time. How this douchebag is getting them, I don't know, because our boy Alex Stein should be getting 30, 40, 50, 60, 100, 200,000 live viewers. I know I'm being a little funny, but he should be getting at a minimum 20,000 live viewers. This world is completely unjust. One day we'll have the rightness. But so let me just, if you haven't seen or heard of this yet, what's this on anyway? It looks pretty crappy. 720, I guess that's fine. The supposedly, I should say supposedly, the victims of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell did a big press conference in D.C. As you can see, the signs in the back. Marjorie Taylor Greene's there. What the hell is his name? Thomas Massey's there, and Ro Khanna. That's the weirdest name. I know his face. Maybe I don't. Ro Khanna. It's kind of cool, but it's also stupid because you're anti-Trumps. Now, you guys know, you've heard me since the first show, I think, or like the third show. I have no problem pointing out Trump's flaws. Pisses a lot of people off. Snizhook gets mad at me. A couple other people always question me and stuff. I love Trump. I'm pushing Trump, okay? I want him to do what the hell he needs to do. My children, especially my son and daughter, and I love them for this. They'll text me like propaganda video to stop smoking, or they'll say, Dad, you're doing good. You're not smoking that much today. Good to see. Like, they're encouraging me. And sometimes, they're encouraging me negatively, and sometimes they're encouraging me positively. That's what I'm doing for Trump. It's like, dude, come get crack-a-lackin', bro. What are you doing? You know what I mean? That's what I'm doing. Other people out there on the right seem to be turning into leftists because they're losing their minds. They're either Trump could do no wrong at all, or Trump, they have TDS, and they're saying, well, yeah, I mean, German socialism isn't the same. National socialism isn't the same as regular socialism. I'm like, what? I've been arguing with people for the last 30 years, and that's what they said. They didn't say Germany. They say every other place. Like, socialism is never good, okay? I don't want to get bogged down. I just caught myself. About to rant. And I stopped it dead in its tracks. All right, so here's the deal. All these victims came out, and I'm just going to let them do their thing. And I hope you guys hear what I heard the first time I listened to this. My whole Epstein stuff, my ideas and what I thought about this absolutely changed after watching this. We don't have time to watch the whole thing, but I got a couple of timestamps. Hopefully they're in my brain. So yeah, that might not be good, but we're going to try and go through them all, and let's just see how it goes.
Hi, good morning. My name is Brittany Henderson, and I think in addition to thanking the wonderful congressmen and women who are here today, we need to thank the women, and not just the women who are going to speak, but the other women who are standing behind them, along with other lawyers, Sigrid McCauley, and people who have been fighting for a very, very long time for the world to give this kind of attention.
All right. This is just kind of like the intro. Thomas Massey already spoke. I agreed with about half of what he said. There he is right there. Neuter the grand old pedophiles. Oh, really? Believe me, we all know that there are plenty of Republicans throughout however many years Epstein and his CIA/Mossad crap has been going on, right? There are way more Democrats. The nerve of these people. Marjorie Taylor Greene is there too, by the way. I love Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's just not that bright. But here's the thing. She makes up for it in heart. I truly, truly, truly believe. A lot of people are crapping all over Marjorie Taylor Greene today. I'm not going to do that because and I'm not saying she's completely dumb. I'm just saying her heart is way bigger than her brain, if that makes any sense to you. Dogman Dave, I love you too, brother. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, shit. Bob Cook, he got his letter to go to Bubba the Love Sponge's documentary movie debut premiere. I believe it's tomorrow night. none of you are going. I'm just telling you because I'm happy for everybody that is going. The documentary is called Video Kill the Radio Star. And just the trailer was fire. I'm sorry. It's going to be badass. Rainy, thank you for being here. Oh, I love you. The famous Rainy is in here. Looks like I'll be live streaming. That's an inside joke, and it is a beautiful one. Bad Buddha's in the house. I love you, Bad Buddha, my brother. Kill Tony gets some crazy live numbers, but it's only one night a week. Alex Stein should be getting more clicks. I don't know what's up with that. Bro, Kill Tony. I remember, and I'm not saying, I didn't watch every single Kill Tony, but I remember watching it. I don't watch Joe Rogan that much, but I watched a Rogan episode one time, and Tony Hinchcliffe wasn't even on it, but Joe Rogan mentioned, Kill Tony. So I went and looked for it and watched it, and he was probably getting like 10,000 views after the fact. You know what I mean? It was like 5 or 6 days later in total, and I'm like 10. Like I wouldn't die to have 10. But you know what I'm saying. Now you're right. It's like it's in the millions. So and it deserves to be because it is fan-friggin-tastic. Well, Alex kind of gives away his best bits on social, and viewers don't have to watch the show. Bad Buddhist coming up with the fire. Not that I'm shocked, because Bad Buddhist is my brother. We got to be roommates for a little while. and we picked each other's brains. Bad Buddhist has such an amazing, amazing brain. He was on the show. You guys heard him before. He's amazing. But I love it. You're right. See, Alex knows, though. Now, Alex knows never stop pumping out content. It's what I gotta learn. No, I'm bro. I work a regular, job during the day. It's like I ain't got the dang time to be cutting up my own clips and all that fun stuff. But Alex, you are right. Alex gives away so much stuff. But yeah, fine. Grandpa Munster multi-track lag. If I'm not yelling, I ain't streaming, bro. If I ain't screaming, I ain't streaming. Grandpa Munster was fire, by the way. Loved Grandpa Munster. And thank you for being here, Grandpa Munster. All right, let me get with this because it's going to be 6:55, and I ain't even going to get to my second timestamp.
To an issue that it should have had forever.
All right, this chick goes on for a little bit, blah, blah, blah. She's not a victim. This is the first victim that speaks today in the deal, in the thing.
And I stand before you today as a survivor of both Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. I want to thank Congressman Massey and Kana for their role in putting together this very, very important bill. Every day of this journey toward healing has come at a profound cost to my mental health. But I am here. I chose to come because this bill really matters. I speak today not only in service of my own recovery from trauma inflicted by Maxwell and Epstein, but to honor the lives, the courage and sacrifices of Virginia Giuffre, Caroline Andriano, and others who could not continue. Their voices mattered. Their stories must not be forgotten. Accountability is what makes a society civilized. Equal opportunity and equal consequence.
This isn't I don't know why it's blurry. Yep, we're just going to get a bunch of grandstanding. Her lawyer wrote it. I'm not going to knock her for that, but her lawyer wrote, she's in a DC. Nobody writes anything except your freaking lawyers. So whatever.
That is why the Epstein Files Transparency Act is so essential.
See, it's just, come on.
Abuse of power takes root. But transparency alone is not enough. Survivors need protection, resources, and legal support.
Yeah, money.
If this Congress is serious about justice, then let this moment also affirm your commitment to provide victims with the legal aid they need to confront abusers.
All right. So I'm giving away Just like Bad Buddha said about Alex, I'm giving away, how I'm feeling, I think, a little bit. Let's see if she ever talks about what actually happened.
The days of sweeping this under the rug are over.
What? Sweeping what?
We, the survivors, say no more.
No more what? What happened?
I want to help create a world where survivors of sexual abuse and abuse of power can come forward safely.
See that abuse of power thing? Abuse of power. Now, sexual abuse, I mean, wood chippers all around. Believe me, I am somebody. Oh, I could tell you guys some horror stories, not just from my own life, from so many of my female friends and, even some female family members, a couple of male family members. Like, trust me, when I tell you, for me, like, I will lose, I'm pretty level freaking headed. But when it comes to that shit, I will lose my fucking mind, okay? So I believe me, please, when I tell you I am not discounting any sexual abuse any of these women may or may not have, may have had. I wish I could do as good as Doc Matt Steve does, but because just especially for time wise. But let's see if I can. Let me get through this. Let's listen.
And I ask Congress to join me in that effort, not only by passing this bill, but by ensuring that those who step forward have legal support to face their abusers.
That's true. I agree.
And see justice done.
That's what we all want, Tootsie.
When Judge Berman gave Epstein survivors the chance to finally speak, the world listened. After so many years, survivors were heard. That moment was historic. And so is this moment.
All right, listen, sweetie, what happened?
Shame for so many years. Make no mistake, my polished exterior is a shield hiding a wound that still bleeds.
Yeah, all of ours is.
But through this wound, I have found purpose. To be part of lasting change in how we confront exploitation and abuse.
See, I wouldn't feel like this. I did when I heard her the first time. I didn't feel like the way I do after watching it. Especially, I watched the whole thing when it was live, and then I went back and watched a little bit here and there, and then again to try and get the damn timestamps
of herself, of me, and our younger sister that she had taken for her work as a figurative painter. I am now 46 years old. 30 years later, we still do not know why that report wasn't properly investigated, or why Epstein and his associates were allowed to harm hundreds, if not thousands, of other girls and young women. We have never been told whether those images were found when they discovered a large amount of child sexual abuse material on his property.
That's what pisses me off too. Like, nobody wants to see CP videos. Nobody. But blur, give us 3 seconds of the thing, blur children's face or girls' faces, any Sizek stuff going on, and be like, boom, Tom Hanks. Go to the next one. Boom, Bill Gates. Boom, this one, that one. Like, come on, let's go. That's what we want, okay? Nobody wants to see any of that mess. It's going to infuriate people, and we're not just going to say bring him in front of the judge at that point. We're going to be like, Morgan and Dylan. I don't know why the wood chipper is a pull cord, but wood chipper all around. But that's what we're all waiting for, to be honest with you. Let me just go.
As a psychologist, I understand that when the system's meant to protect us, recreate the abuse cycle.
All right, come on. Where's the victim?
For everyone.
I don't
East
think
71 Street in New York City.
All right, ready? Listen to this chick. Ready? I think it's right there. All right, yeah. We all know you want money. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I'd like to say thank you, everyone, for being here today on this very powerful and special day for all of us here. My name is Marina Lacerda. I was minor victim 1 in federal indictment of Jeffrey Epstein in New York in 2019. I was one of dozens of girls that I personally know who were forced into Jeffrey's mansion on 9 East 71 Street in New York City when we were just kids. Today is the first time that I ever speak publicly about what happened to me. I never thought that I would find myself here. The only reason that I am here is because it feels like the people who matter in this country finally care about what we have to say. As an immigrant from Brazil, I feel empowered knowing that the little girl struggling to get by at 14 and 15 years old finally has a voice.
Damn.
For the first time, I feel like I matter as an American.
You can feel, I don't know, maybe I'm just, I don't know. Some of these other ones don't feel the way this one feels. Like 14 to 15, like she's giving like this details. This woman, legitimately was, grizzaped. You know what I mean?
I was only 14 years old when I met Jeffrey.
Damn.
It was the summer of high school. I was working 3 jobs to try to support my mom and my sister when a friend of mine in the neighborhood told me that I could make $300 to give an older guy a massage. It went from a dream job to the worst nightmare. Jeffrey assistant Leslie Groff would call me and tell me that I needed to be at the house so often that I ended up dropping out of high school before 9th grade. And I never went back. From 14 to 17 years old, I went and worked for Jeffrey instead of receiving an education. Every day I hoped that he would offer me a real job as one of his assistants or something important. I would finally have made it big, as, like we say, the American dream. That day never came. I had no way out. I was, until he finally told me that I was too old. There are many pieces of my story that I can't remember, no matter how hard I try. The constant state of wonder causes me so much fear and so much confusion. Mm-hmm. My therapist says that my brain is just trying to protect itself, but it's so hard to begin to heal knowing that there are people out there who know more about my abuse than I do. The worst part is that the government is still in possession right now of the doc.
Do you see what I'm saying? I know this is getting, this isn't as fun as I usually am, but this girl of all of them, like she's legit. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say for the moment.
And information about that could help me remember and get over all of this, maybe, and help me heal.
Jeez.
They have documents with my name on them that were confiscated from Jeffrey Epstein's house and could help me put the pieces of my own life back together. But I don't have any of it. And I know the same is true for many of these women. We are here to support this bill today, not only for transparency, but for the American people. But if the government is going to release these documents to the public, describing the crimes committed by Jeffrey Epstein and others, the least they can do is give me my documents that they have about me. The other survivors deserve the same respect from our government. While identifying information must be redacted to the public, it is equally important to provide the victims themselves with unredacted information.
Absolutely. Now, real quick, listen. Let's take a little breather. Oh, Snizzle! There you go, my man. What is up, brother? Stop yelling, never! I'm kind of here driving. Oh, there we go. That's okay. I know. Worst time. I picked the worst time to stream, but it's all love trying to get be that opening show for Primetime 99. I'm getting you guys all happy and amped up tonight, ain't I? It is wrong to wonder why these girls' parents did not. Is it wrong to wonder why these girls' parents did not know something was fishy about the Epstein guy? That's what I was asking myself. Parents are supposed to protect their kids from stuff like this. Yeah. Epstein is in my files. Thank you. MPW, we love you. Thank you so much for being here. Can we go later tonight since Alex is a premiere again? Everybody type 1 in the chat because I want to, but I don't want to coax you into it. 1 in the chat if you want me to go a little bit extra, because this really is important and I don't want to do it a disservice because, look, we only get 15 minutes left. I'll go like 25 minutes if you guys all want me to go. All right. I'm seeing them up there. Let's go. All right. We got it. I'm going to do a full, true presentation. Now, let me just say this before we go any further on this, right? The way it's been described, the Jeffrey Epstein deal, right? This is how it's been described. At least I'll say for myself. Jeffrey Epstein's a rich, powerful guy. Him and Ghislaine Maxwell would, divide and conquer, go to different places, go to junior highs and high schools and malls and all this stuff. Talk to little girls, tell them, oh, I'm from a modeling agency. Give them a modeling agency card. The parents would be like, oh, yeah, it's a modeling agency. It's cool. They'd go, oh, we're going to go to a photo shoot place somewhere. And then they'd kidnap them. And they're gone. And they take them to the island. They bring them all over the place. And then they have a brothel full of, chained girls, all sickly and hungry. And, rich, powerful, princes and royals and congressmen and women and people from all over the, politicians and bankers and whatever, and stockbrokers and everybody would come to the island and grizz ape them. And, eventually they'd played mind games with them. This is what, the story has led to. This is truly what people basically believe. It's what I believed. Now, I knew there was going to be some instances where it's they're not totally chained up or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But this girl in particular, okay, now she said she was 14. I don't care if she wasn't getting paid or anything. 14, 15, 16, 17 is kind of pushing it, but even still, even if it's a job and she's going back to it every day, it's still wrong of Epstein. I don't know if Epstein is truly Dized or if he's living in Tel Aviv like people are saying. I don't know. I just hope he can't hurt anybody anymore. And I do believe that he's probably gone. They might have stuck him out of there, but there's no way. His life better be miserable. It has to be. I mean, this guy loved flaunting himself all over the world. And now he's hiding in a basement in Tel Aviv somewhere. If he's alive, or hopefully he's gone. And I believe in God. And I believe there's good and evil. So if there's light, there is darkness. And that dude is definitely in the dark side. You know what I mean? He's definitely down in hell. Okay, let's not play games here. Ghislaine Maxwell went to jail. She went to court and got sentenced. And, she had her trial day in court. She's in jail. Now, we all want to know who these other people were, these rich, powerful politicians and business people who were partaking in this deal and helping him to get away with it. Because if any of us were on this island and we saw some little girl getting dragged, get over here, no, let me go, we would probably just run up and start fist fighting, to be honest. But even if, guards came over and kicked us off the island, we would not stop talking. I know none of us could sleep at night going, oh my God, we know what's happening. I don't want to spoil it, but I'm going to have to. There's 4 other women who speak up here after this girl, right? 3 or 4, I think. And they talk about, oh, well, it was my last year of college. And Ghislaine Maxwell came up to me and said, I could get you a job and you might potentially even get a better job because my boss is really rich and he knows all these famous people. So I gave Ghislaine a massage and she said it was great. And then I went back 3 days later and I worked for 3 hours and I gave her and Jeffrey massages. And then 2 days later, I went back And I gave them all massages, and they paid me money, and I kept going back for like fucking 5 years. We all know that when there's a chick on OnlyFans, right? We're like fucking whore, OnlyFans slut. Nobody feels bad for them. When all these OnlyFans slizzuts were coming out the last 2 or 3 years, like, oh, I've repented. I am a Christian now. And, you know, for me personally, I always was like, why is everybody, you know, kind of bashing them? But then you start to see them like holier than thou pointing their finger at people. And it's like, listen, you haven't earned the right to point your finger at anybody yet, young lady. We don't, you know, want to smell where that finger's been. It's still fresh. Woo! Finger's still fresh. Don't be wagging that finger at anybody, darling. You haven't earned that time. That's, you know, only time can heal that wound, and all the wounds that you've been doing on OnlyFans with donkeys. I don't know what goes on there. I've truly never been on OnlyFans. I've never even clicked on that shit. But, you know, I'm sure there's not donkeys. Maybe. I don't know. Who the hell knows? It's debauchery. I know that. It's more than pornography, because it's like at least porn stars know what their life is and it's kind of over for them. OnlyFans people are regular, everyday people like us. And it's like you're, you know, having people on, you know, give super chats. I don't know what they call them. Give them super donos, super fans money to be like, shove your thumb in your butthole. Like, oh yeah, look at my butthole. And none of us give those people any, you know, respect because they haven't earned it. So now we're all supposed to be like, oh my God, these poor victims. I mean, this girl's 14, definitely a victim. Yes, she went back, blah, 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 blah. 14, no young woman's mind, you know what I mean, is capable. It's like, I live in New York. First of all, I came from Brazil, where everyone in Brazil loses their virginity at about 12. And it's, you know, very promiscuous, filthy, sex-wise place, Brazil. I know many Brazilians. I ain't telling lies. Then you have, she comes to New York, super expensive. So somebody's like, hey, you know, give me a happy ending massage every other day for $300. She's 14, though. You know what I mean? So this one is definitely getting a pass from your boy. There's no way. But a bunch of these other chicks, and listen, any girl who went there, it's just like, you know, like Winona Ryder would be like 28 years old. I don't know if this really happened, by the way. Shout out to Winona Ryder. But if, you know, I'm just, forget Winona. Sorry, Winona. Didn't mean to put you in this predicament. Some 28, 30-year-old, whatever, 23-year-old, 27-year-old, 39-year-old actress goes into crummy, disgusting ass Harvey Weinstein's office, and he's like, yeah, I can, you know, I don't know, the producer didn't really like your audition, but I can get you the role, zip, if you come over here. And she's like, okay, well, that's on her. Like, he's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit. She should have went over and curb stomped him in the ding dong. Or maybe not. I mean, he's just a dirtbag. But she went over and did it. And then everybody's going to be like, well, he's a powerful man. It's like, listen, no. Yeah, he's a dirtbag. In my opinion, he should, you know, probably go to hell too, because believe me, I don't mean to. If I just did, I kind of feel like I did. I didn't mean to say what he's doing is okay. But for the, like, and there was many other actresses who came out. I think, who is it? One of the Thelma and Louise broads said he tried doing that to her, and she's like, you know, I'll rip it off, Harvey. Don't you ever do that to me. And he's like, oh, sorry. But she's an older woman, so, and she, you know, but even still, well, actually, I don't think she was that too much older at the time. And what I'm trying to say is, you don't let these people get away with it by saying, dude, I'm going to expose you to everybody. Zip up your shit and never do that to anybody again, or I will bury you. Flip it on him. Oh, yeah, you'll never work in this town again. Buddy, you'll die. Don't do that again. You will be wood chipper. You know what I mean? Like, that's easier said than done. I'm a guy. I know it's a little different, but he's a piece. Harvey Weinstein's a piece of shit. But, you know, if any girl is like under even 20, that's like, fuck it, I'll do it. Yeah, that's definitely wrong. It's definitely wrong. And a lot of these girls, like I said, it's wrong for them too. But it's like, come on, I was 20. I was 20 years old. If some, older woman came up and said, hey, give me a massage with a happy ending 3 times a week, I'll give you $300 a day. And I did it. And then 25 years later, if I said, guys, it was horrible, I'm a victim, you guys would be like, shut the fuck, you ain't no victim, bro. You know what I mean? That's how I'm looking at this. Not this 14-year-old, and any girl who is like truly young. Like, that's why I hope Epstein really is gone, because that is unforgivable. But it's just this whole thing, and everybody's holding signs saying, Trump's a pedo, the GOPs are all pedos. And you got fucking Thomas Massey, who I am trying so hard to like. The only thing I like about him is that he's like, we need to get rid of AIPAC, and we need to stop sending money to not just Israel, but all these other countries. That's why a bunch of us like him. If you really listen to half the other shit, probably 80% of the other shit, he's kind of like a Democrat. He's a fucking asshole. Sorry, trying not to curse. But it's just fudged up. Marjorie Taylor Greene, like I said, I know in my soul, I know that her heart is in the right place. She's just missing a couple of boats up there in the brine. Because to stand here, and she wants to help these girls, because all of us are like, oh my God, these women now. It's just like, but you still look at them as little girls. And by the way, his little bit of advice from me, seriously, and this is from my heart. If anything ever happens to anybody out there watching this, as a kid, it's, I was never one for therapy, but therapy's good. And I'll tell you, and for one reason alone, getting it off your chest and telling someone, it's amazing. I was going to say it's exhilarating. No, it's not exhilarating. Exhilarating is excitement. It's Alex Stein. It's like, the entire weight of the world comes off your shoulders. That's what a therapist is good for. Just getting the shit off of my chest. Just getting it off of me. I've been carrying it everywhere. The problem is what usually ends up happening once people tell a friend or a therapist or a parent or somebody, then you kind of feel like, oh my God, it really felt so good to get that off my chest. I'm going to tell everybody. And what happens a lot is that then it becomes your identity. Everybody gets to hear how, you were victimized as a kid, or some scumbag did this to you. You know what I mean? And believe me, you have every right in the world to, want to put your, your attacker, or whatever you want to call it, on a pedestal for all of us to, and to, throw stones at. I don't know what I can say on YouTube. That's why I'm kind of messed up. But don't let what anybody did to you negatively, abused you, don't let that become your identity. You have to acknowledge it, get it off. It's not, I'm saying this like quick, but it's a process. It is a process. It's going to take a few years at minimum. Get to talk about it, get it off your chest with people that you can trust. Don't tell people that are going to use it against you later. Be like, oh yeah, well, you're the one who got, emmed by this and this. Like, I fucking, you know, I'm thinking of a woman telling like her best friend. And it's like, how dare you're gonna use that against me while we're having like, don't tell nobody that's gonna fucking use it as a weapon against you. That's why a therapist is good, because it's like, I can give you $100 and I can tell you all the worst shit that happened to me, and I can leave this room and you're not gonna post it on Facebook or come back and attack me, you know, 8 years later when you're fucking drunk and you're acting stupid or whatever. But I don't know. I just let's just watch a little bit more. So I'm gonna skip through hers, and she's in the clear for me.
That passed away due to anxiety, depression, trying to keep up with this case. A moment of silence, please.
Morgan, I think so too. I truly believe that Epstein is alive and in Tel Aviv or wherever. Now, we all know Epstein Island is called Little St. James. And did you know that right next to it is Big St. James, to which Epstein actually still owns? Well, you know, he's alive. Epstein owns Big St. James as well as Little St. James. And Big St. James is bigger. So let me just see this sniz. This girl was able to go after school to Epstein's house and give massages, and her parents didn't know what she was doing. Listen, brother, I am 1,000% with you. Okay, I've been kind of attacking some of these bitches. And that one girl, like, it's just, I don't want to give, you know, I just kind of want to skip over her just because I know she truly was a victim. But you're not wrong. You know what? I didn't want to pile on her, but you're a fucking 1,000,000% right. Mrs. Starboard and I know where our kids are at all fucking times, even the adult ones. Now, you know, back in the day, parents used to be like, you know, you better be back here before, you know, the street lights come on. And I know for a fact that life is better than the one the kids all have today, to be honest with you. It was much more dangerous. You know, there could be all types of shit happens that's bad. I get it. But we didn't have cell phones, and we all, you know, almost all of us survived. But nowadays, it's like, yes, back then, there were a lot of kids that got kidnapped or this and this and that. And it was on the parents. You know what I mean? Like, they're the ones who should have been paying a little bit extra attention. But compared to nowadays, where it's rampant and we have cell phones. But, you know, it's like, I'm not going to put Mrs. Starboard in this. I am and was a helicopter parent. I was always, I mean, believe me, Mrs. Starboard is on top of it, but she would be the one like, it's okay. Like when my son's really little, you can let him outside to play with friends. It's okay. And I'm like, all right, I guess so. Bring that kid in here. I want to meet him first. It's like, it's not a boyfriend. I don't know. What your parents do? Who do you live with? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to know, like, because I've been through some shit, and I've seen other people I know been through some shit, and I'm not letting my fucking kids go through that shit. So you are fucking absolutely right, Sniz. Like, what the fuck? And your daughter is coming home every other day. Well, she said every day after school. $300 every day? And your daughter has all this money, and you're like, oh, she probably just robbed somebody. It's okay. She's doing good. My daughter, she's so good. The fuck is wrong with the parents? At 14? 14? Shit. I'm with you. I am truly, truly with you. There is so much evidence. So, like, the day after Epstein supposedly killed himself, he moved funds out of one bank into another. Guess what? That bank account, I don't have all the goody information, all the details. But I'll tell you this. It's the type of bank account that only Jeffrey Epstein himself can access. No Ghislane, no Bill Barr or Bill Barr's dad, Ghislane's dad, CIA, fucking Mossad, Netanyahu. Nobody can touch this but him. So it's impossible for the day after. Oh, guess what? It's not just the day. Maybe something happened. His lawyer, maybe something. Okay. It was still active and it was buying and selling properties. And people were putting money. Well, Epstein's putting money in the fucking bank account. Like 3 months later. Like this shit was active for a while. And then somebody mentioned it or something like that. I forget the whole deal. But it was like 9 months later or something like that. And then the account's completely closed out. Totally closed out. How's that happen? I'm telling you, I'm with Morgan on this one. That dude is most likely chilling in a basement in Tel Aviv. Probably doing the same garbage right now. He's like, girls walking by. Hey, you want to make $300? Oy vey. Where's your fucking parents? Anyway, Gina or Susan. Epstein is in my files. BW, we are counting on you. I think I'm a helicopter mom. I mean, I just didn't want to make Mrs. Starboard look bad, but she is too. Listen, there's too much crazy shit in the world. I don't want nobody. Only my her parent, her mom, and every once in a while, I think her dad, my mom and dad, and I think maybe our best friend, rest in peace, love you, Sabrina, and I think that's it. Like, our kids have been babysat like a total of maybe like 11 times. 11 times out of, 20-something years. We don't play around. I don't trust nobody's ass. Thank you. Exactly. I don't play around. Oh, I almost... Virtual coach! My dude, what up, brother? Oh, my God. Dalton, Georgia is Marjorie Taylor Greene's home turf. I coached showcase baseball in that town. Its country is cornbread, and she's legit a good person, bro. That's what I've been saying. She, where she might lack in a little bit of in her brains, she makes up for in the millions with heart. If any of what I just said makes sense, she has the biggest heart. I believe that she truly, truly, truly cares. I don't know why she can't realize that this thing is to help Democrats win in the midterms. That's what this is. I'm sorry. That's what this is. Oh, wait. That's right. It's my precious, but you ain't lying. That's my kid. That's why it's like shit. I feel so bad for that girl. I don't know what her name was. What was it? Gina or Susan? And it's like, where the fuck are her parents? Because that's your precious daughter. What the fuck are you letting her every day? Like, our daughter does after school stuff all of the time. She's in plays, she's in the band, she's in this and that. She's going to work or wherever. Like, we don't have eyeballs the whole time, but we know where the hell she should be. And nowadays with Snapchat and all that shit, you can track them, make sure they're where they're supposed to be. And if they're okay, you know what I mean? That's Rainey said it. That's my precious child. Fuck all that. I need to make sure my kid's safe. What just failures up and down with this Epstein shit. I'm still here just cooking dinner. I hope I didn't ruin you guys' appetite. My mom is the only one who keeps him. There you go. He does stay at one friend's house. Mom is a detective, and mom is chief of fire. There you go. So pretty safe. That's Rainy. We're with you. I say we're because Mrs. Starboard, we don't play around. No fucking way. People have said, "Oh, you guys should go on this." Years ago, you guys should go on date nights, and like, who's gonna babysit? They're like, oh, there's services out there. They got apps. What? I will never. Listen, no offense to anybody. If you want to use apps or somebody, a stranger, that's up to you. I don't play that shit. Fucking app. I don't care who the hell it is. I don't trust nobody. Nobody except us, Mr. Starboard, me, our parents, and that's about it. And no, I mean, like, her sister actually watches. Shout out Nikki. I don't want to blow her spot. Try not to dox her. She's watch her, obviously. I'll watch our kids. My brother, one of my heroes, my mentors, of course he can watch. But like family, you know what I mean? Like there has to be people you can completely 1000% trust. Because otherwise, I wouldn't even be able to do anything. Honestly, the whole we're gonna go on a date night. I would be sitting there like, all right, hurry up. Let's finish this. I want to get back. Right? Heart would be exploding out of my chest. Some kids learn violin after school. Some kids learn skin flute. And they gave me $300 to learn skin flute every day. I don't know. That's not funny. Why did I say that? I'm desensitized to everything. I am too. That's why I just made that shitty ass joke. Sorry, honey. Sorry, lady. Dad is a detective. Mom's fire chief. That's people you can trust right there. I will definitely trust them to watch my kids. A service pissed off. No way, exactly. I know. I better hurry up. All right, let's see if she can spit it out.
Thank you. My name is Courtney Wild. I was only 14 years old when I was introduced to Jeffrey Epstein.
She was 14 too. I must have missed that earlier.
By a 13-year-old.
Did you hear everybody screaming? Woo! So glad you were 14. This fucking whole conference is wacky. All right, I'm just going to cut to the chase. I'm cutting to the chase.
Protect me and my other innocent friends. Why was Jeffrey so important to the government, and why was I so insignificant? Why did nobody but our lawyers care before now? It seems people have only started to care because of Twitter and politics.
Yeah, you can thank us Twitter weirdos. This dude.
As her family. We are here today because we support H.Res.
This dude gets you right in the feels. I ain't got time for that. Just because I'm running out, and it's no offense to him. I already brought the house down. I don't need to make you guys even more sad. This guy, it was touching, to say the least.
I had such a positive outlook on life.
Come on.
Until that day that I met Jeffrey, I have never been more scared in my life than I was that first time that he hurt me.
God almighty. All right, I know 58, right? Oh, is this chick too? I think she has something to say.
Hello, my name is Shantae Davies, and I'm here before you today as a survivor of decades of pain, trauma, and betrayal at the hands of Ghislane Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein, and the people who enabled them, and a government that for far too long refused to help. In 2002, I was living in California, a young woman with high aspirations of becoming an actress. I was already beginning to make a name for myself in the industry. A person I trusted, someone I thought was a friend, invited me to meet a powerful woman who could help advance my career. That woman happened to be Ghislane Maxwell. I was asked to give her a massage, though I had almost no experience. And when I did, she praised me and promised introductions to someone enormously powerful, someone who could change the course of my life.
You guys know a little bit about my story. I mean, I've done many different jobs, tried out many different things. I was an extra in a bunch of movies. I tried out on all types of stuff. Mrs. Starboard, cover your ears. Not that she doesn't know, because we share everything. I'm just kind of being a silly man. But here's the thing. When I was 17, 18, 19, going out for movie roles, if some even probably a little ugbo producer was like, go do your thing, buddy. You want to be the next Spider-Man? Knock out the webs, pal. I would have been like, okay. And if I came up to you guys and you guys were like, yo, you got to be Spider-Man in 3 movies, and I took Tobey Maguire's roles, about the same time period. And I was like, I had to go down to get the role. I'm a victim. You guys would be like, shut the fuck up, bro. I'm just saying. Not all of this shit is the same. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm a dickhead. I don't know. It just, to me, it's like, she said for decades. Come on, bro. Come on. All right. This chick comes up.
We're
here.
real human beings. This is real trauma.
All right. Wait. Beep.
All the courage and strength that the survivors have shown. We now will take a few questions. You can always get Congressman Massey, me, or Congresswoman Green in the hallways and other places. If you have questions for us, that's fine. But I wanted to see first if you have questions for the lawyers and the survivors, and Brad will facilitate any of the questions to the survivors.
Now, this is where I was like, all right, good. Because when I watched it the first time, all I was thinking of, I had a million questions, but all I was thinking of is, if I was there, I'd be like, I can either ask you one question or 15. Would you rather me ask you 1 or 15? Okay. Name everybody businessmen who graped you. Name them all, or at least 5 of them. Go ahead, go. And this is what basically happened on the Q&A portion of this. Honestly, I think now looking at it again, I actually think they're being victimized again, because I would like this to pass. Epstein Files Transparency Act. Pass it. Listen, Trump, in my opinion, is being told by the handlers who are truly running this country, who took a shot at his ear, tried to shoot him again, threaten his family. That's the truth. That's why 2016 Trump, it was so much better than 2024 Trump. Sorry, that's the truth. I still love Trump, but just like Rainey said, that's my kid. If the CIA or whoever is like, hey, President Rainey, I hope your kid's okay. You can do that. You can, pass whatever, write whatever executive order you'd like. Let's just hope it doesn't hurt your kid. Fuck you. My kid's worth way the fuck more to me than this fucking job. I'm just gonna go play golf. Fuck it. Just please leave my kids alone. Stop taking me to court. If you're Trump, stop taking me to court. I'm out of here. I'm done. That's what it feels like what's going on, because we saw prices dropping after the first 9 months. Nothing's happened. I mean, schools are, colleges are kicking. There's all these, listen, we have freedom of speech. And the only speech laws that I'm seeing now, I'm seeing speech laws everywhere. They're not coming from the left. They're coming from the Republicans. And it's all to protect anybody saying anything bad about Israelis. It's not even like Jews. It's anti-Zionist. So, if you say anything bad about Israel or wars, you're out of here. Blah, blah, blah. DeSantis did it. Fucking all of them did it. And it's like, I hate to bring it to this because I really do. But I mean, it's kind of goes hand in hand. Let's friggin' face reality.
Yes.
This question would be for the survivors, Mr. Edwards. The president has said that this Epstein issue is a hoax, is the words that he used. Can we get your reactions to what you think when you hear him say that?
This is a very good question. If you couldn't hear it, the reporter asked, or whoever the hell he is, he's like, President Trump has recently said that this whole thing is a hoax. Can you respond to that?
I'll answer that. Mr. President Donald J. Trump, I am a registered Republican. Not that that matters, because this is not political.
It is. They all repeat over and over and over again. This is not political. There's signs in the back saying Trump's a pedo, Republic pedos, and all this shit. This is 1,000,000%. By the way, just watch.
However, I cordially invite you to the Capitol to meet me in person so you can understand this is not a hoax. We are real human beings. This is real trauma.
What does it feel like emotionally to hear that?
Devastating.
It's being gutted from the inside out. Not that I would know what that feels like, but I imagine it's the anxiety buildup with the depression and the survival mode, and then your nervous system goes limp and ironically is shot. And it feels like you just want to explode inside because nobody, again, is understanding that this is a real situation. These women are real. We're here in person. To say that it's a hoax is just not, please humanize us. I would like Donald J. Trump and every person in America and around the world to humanize us, to see us for who we are and to hear us for what we have to say. There is no hoax. The abuse was real. Now, what goes on behind closed doors, I can't speak for that. What happens around the world politically, I cannot speak for that. But I am here with all of these women, including our attorneys, and I would be more than happy to meet with him, and I will meet him halfway.
All of these chicks, by the way, all got paid a bunch of money. And I'm not saying, maybe it's not enough. I'm just telling you, every one of these, there's like 2 new people, but I believe even they got like a couple of $100,000. Is that enough? I don't know. If it happened when you were 14, probably, $500,000. If you were 22 and you were trying to come from Hollywood and, oh my God, I agreed to go there every day. And I got paid like, all right, here's a check for 50 grand. Get me. I was there for 20 years. Yeah. You got paid pretty good for 20 years. You get another 50. Hit the road, Toots. Bring up the actual victim.
I wonder if any of the victims could respond to the news from recently about Ghislaine Maxwell being transferred to a lower security prison in the afternoon. You want that one?
So the reporter, if you could hear it, I don't know. I get headphones on. It's pretty low. Said, what do you guys think about Ghislaine Maxwell being transferred to a low, country club type of jail, lower security jail?
Transfer to a, oh yeah, I'm happy to speak to that. We were horrified to learn that she had been transferred to a prison camp.
There you go. She was horrified. What's the next question?
I think is disgusting, and it was horrifying. I think to us that we were not told about.
This woman abused children.
They send
She might be pardoned. This is not okay, guys. This is not okay.
And I just want to add that I think it sends a very dangerous message to our country, to the young people in our country, that someone that we all know is aware of these crimes could be given a pass.
Just for the last survivor who just told people. The last survivor who just told. She said that Epstein would brag about her relationship with Donald Trump. Could she please elaborate about that?
And anybody
Shut it.
Get to the microphones.
Get close.
Yeah, I did say that.
Oh, the actress, we skipped over it. The actress said Epstein used to brag all the time that his best friend was Donald Trump.
My first trip to the Palm Beach residence, I drove there from the airport with Ghislaine Maxwell, and Jeffrey and Ghislaine were always very boastful about their friends, their famous or powerful friends, and his biggest brag forever was that he was very good friends with Donald Trump. He had an 8x10 framed picture of him on his desk.
I could do that too. I'm friends with Alex Stein. Are we best friends? I got it. This is 8x10. I got an 8x10. I gotta switch over here. Hold on a sec. If I was like, oh, Alex Stein is my best friend, I wouldn't do that. But if I wanted to be a scumbag, like Jeffrey Epstein was clearly a piece of trash, you know what I mean? But if I was some weaselly PBD insurance selling car fucking weasel ass stock dickhead, I could be, oh, look, he's my best friend. Look at it. I got pictures everywhere. Oh, if you want to meet him, just buy my insurance package. That's why I don't sell shit. Like, Rainey's awesome. The only thing I ever really want to sell ever again is houses. I'd like to do that. I'm probably not gonna. Just I guess this. I'm in Massachusetts. It's so squished, and there's already 17,000. Like, if you can't throw a rock and not hit a realtor around here. But at least real estate's the best. Here's a house. Look at it. It's all dolled up. We got people to come and stage the thing. This is what you're getting. You know what I mean? When it comes to other things, you have to be a fucking weasel. Not everything. You know, it's like, ugh. I was a tow truck driver for like a month. Oh my God. One of the worst jobs I've ever had in my life. Tow truck driving and lawyers are just two of the worst types of people on earth. If you're a tow truck driver or a lawyer, I love you. If you're watching me, thank you for watching. They like expected me as a tow truck driver to like fucking prey onto people at their worst moment. I have no money. The vehicle went into a ditch. It's my husband's car. It's my mom's car. I'm just driving it back from my aunt's house. My mom's in the hospital. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, I have no money. And, I say to my boss, what do? Drop the hook, which means let it go. Fuck it. They ain't get the money. And it's like, for me, I'm like, I pulled the shit out. Like, don't tell anybody I pulled that out for you. Then they find out I pulled the thing out. Dude, what are you doing? You're not cut out for this. I'm like, you're right. I'm not cut out for this shit.
With the two of them, like they were very close.
They were very close. This fucking Democrat actor right here. Trump and Epstein were very close. Oh, really? Really sure? You never seen him, though. Watch this. Never seen him before in your life.
Go ahead. One second.
For this client list that you ladies are putting together, you said it would be confidential, but will the public? Could you clarify? Will the public get to see that?
So one of the broads earlier was like, if they're not gonna put out the Epstein list, we're just gonna have to compile a list for ourselves. And everybody's like, woo! Even I was like, oh shit, let's go. Then this reporter just said, what did she just say? She's like, you mentioned a list earlier, something about a confidential list you're going to put together. Is the public going to see it? This is where every hair on the back of my neck stood up like, something.
So, Lisa, what's your envision here?
Is it going to go to the public or just amongst the survivors?
No, we're reaching out to survivors that are scared.
So come on.
We're reaching out to survivors that are scared to come forward and that also know who they were trafficked to. So that's the list that we're compiling. We're not quite sure, how we're going to release that, or even if we're going to. The Department of Justice needs to release the list.
Really? So I'll just say this for myself. Now, I am not a woman. I don't think like a woman. I like to think that I know what you women are thinking. But as a pretty, experienced man around women, I don't know what the fuck you women want. I will tell you this, guys out there. If if you think you know what your woman wants, just wait 5 minutes and she'll change her mind. But anyway, here's the thing. This is all bullshit, because I'll tell you right now, if somebody did something to me, and I guarantee you all you are the same way. If Bill Clinton put his disgusting anything near you, never mind whatever, you would be out there right now like, Bill Clinton did this to me, choked me, and again, fucking put this piece of shit in jail. That's what you would do. You wouldn't come out here playing fucking word games, talking bullshit. We're going to compile a list, but we're not going to release it, but the Justice Department should release it. The Justice Department wasn't there when Bill Clinton or Bill Gates or Tom Hanks or whoever was there. You fucking tell us who it is. We're afraid to. You're fucking standing in D.C. with all making a big spectacle. What are you talking about? You're scared. You ain't scared. And by the way, you're not fucking scared. And don't be scared either. Be like, fuck you. This is what you did to me, motherfucker. I will bury you. You can fucking do whatever you want to me. I just fucking buried you on TV. What are you going to do? Fuck you. Oh, you're going to take me out? Everybody's going to know that you took me out. It's your fucking charade is over, bitch. Maybe it's just me. Is it just me? Am I fucking crazy? Like, what are you talking about? You're not going to say who your fucking abuser was. It's been years. Everybody, this is the stage to do it. I get it. Being embarrassed and not wanting to tell anybody. Believe me, I know. But this is fucking decades later, and you are surrounded by fucking lawyers going, please, let's get the money. There's no reason to be that. This shit drives me nuts. Trump changed, bro. He did, bro. I am a zillion percent with it. I truly believe they took a snipe in his ear. They did all this shit. They had other people ready to kill him. He gets a visit. Can I come in, Mr. President? It's like, I just want to let you know that you have a very beautiful children and grandchildren now, I see. Oh, I hope they live very long, if you know what I mean. That executive order probably won't let your granddaughter live long. You know what I mean? And like me and Rainey and Mrs. Starboard and everybody out there got kids. Those fucking kids mean everything. So it's like, bro, this world, it's like God. Only God can come. And for some fucking reason, God just doesn't like intervening. Ugh, don't get me started. It's so political. They're holding Epstein files like a carrot on a stick. We are the pig. Macabala! Absolute and tootly, baby. They are sticking to their scripts. Whatever list they put out are more distractions. Truth is unbreakable. Absolutely. There won't be any real accountability in our justice system because it exposes the top. That's the truth. That's the period at the end. Abso-friggin-rootin'-tootly. Baboons. MSM pretends they won't tear these girls to shreds the moment they name names. Yeah, but see, here's the thing. They are with the MSN, brother. There's signs all over in the place in the back. This whole thing is a Democrat hit piece to get Democrats elected. Now, will the lefty mainstream media eventually abandon these ladies and backstab them? Yeah. But, I mean, you got to get it out there. Like, let's go. Like I said, maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I'm a human. But for me, I am naming my abusers, motherfucker. You are going... I'm not afraid. If they're like, oh, I can't believe you said Tom Hanks. That's Woody from Toy Story. How dare you? I'd be like, fuck you. He did it to me. Like, you can tell somebody who really was abused. And I'm not saying these ladies weren't, but you know, when they just let loose, they're like, fucking Tom Hanks. He was yelling, Wilson. I'm like, fucking got him. One chip of this motherfucker. Get the pick out, Sky. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Sorry to be laughing. It's, you gotta laugh at these horrible things. I don't sell anything. I'm a matchmaker. Let's go. I never try to sell my clients on anything. Rainey, I know. Believe me, I know without even knowing. I know. It's either the one or not. I'm full-time. I will show you 100 till we find the perfect one. Rainey, I love you. Believe me, I know. Like, I gave up on all these sales jobs. Oh, my God. I sold cars. Oh, my God. I don't want to bother you guys with this. It's already going a little too late. I think I might have told the story already. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But I sold cars for like 3 months or whatever the hell it was. Oh, my God. It was even worse than towing cars. Just people. I can't deal. Like, I'm a good salesperson, I think. But I have to be selling something that you want or need. Selling people all right, real quick, just one story. I had this old lady come in, right, to the Ford dealership I was working at. Sweetest lady on earth. Remember the movie Wedding Singer? And she was getting singing lessons from Adam Sandler. And she was paying in meatballs. She looked almost like her. She was just as sweet. And she's like, well, I'm on a fixed income. What can you do for me? I've been buying cars here for 45 years. She's been buying cars over and over and over again with her husband and their kids, blah, blah. She's like, my youngest boy, I think her youngest boy was like 32 or something at the time. This is years and years and years ago. And she's like, he doesn't want my help, but I have to help him. He needs a car. He just problem is somebody at his work backed into his car, and now he's using the company car and he needs a new one, and I just want to help him out. And so she's buying a used car, but it's really not too used. And I get the list of like the used car prices, and this shit is marked up like $16,000. And so I go, okay, I can sell it to you for whatever. I took like $10,000 off the thing. She goes, okay, that sounds fine. She doesn't know shit about it. So I go, and I was like a junior sales associate or whatever, and I went to the manager, the fucking floor manager guy who has to approve everything. And he goes, what the fuck, dude? No fucking way. Look at blah, 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 blah. By the way, I was still on like a probationary period, so I wasn't getting fucking I wasn't getting any profit. It was like $200 per car that you sell. And I sold a bunch, but still, at least whatever. And I was like, dude, see that little? He goes, look at the fucking thing. He goes, dude, you should be upselling her, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking to myself, she's a fucking fixed income. This bitch, now I'm getting all excited. So a wonderful old lady has been coming here for almost half of a century buying your cars. And you're like, fuck that upsell. You know what I mean? That's how I'm looking at it. And I'm like, I said that whole thing to him basically. And he's like, dude, I don't give a fuck if she's been coming here since her great grandmother came here. He's like, tell her that's the price. And I'm like, dude, she's been buying here for a while. She's a hawk. You wouldn't notice it by looking at her, but that lady is a shark. She ain't playing. No, I'm fucking totally lying, this guy. He's a fucking scumbag. She's a good lady. And he's like, all right. Add 3,000 more and see what happens. So I told her, I said, all right, blah, blah, blah. I came back. I was like, she said she'll do it for 1,000 more. And that's it. He's like, all right, fine. So we do the whole thing. He comes over and he talks to me. He's like, see, you're giving my new sales trainee here a run for his money. He says you're quite the shark. And she's like, yeah, oh, well, he's a very nice man, or whatever she said. And he's like, yeah. He's like, so how'd you know how much we paid for it? And she goes, well, he's telling me. And now he doesn't understand yet. And she goes, he goes, well, you knew to take 10 grand off the sticker. And she goes, well, like I told him, whatever the sticker is, I don't want to, rip anybody off. Whatever the sticker price says, that's what I'll pay. He fucking gives me the most evil look anyone has ever given. And he's like, could you hold on 1 second? Comes back and he fucking grabs me by my suit and shit. And he's like, what the fuck? You're a fucking pussy. I was like, you're a fucking piece of shit. We're about to go at it. And he's like, dude, I can't I've never seen anything like this in my life. I'm like, yeah, I know, because everybody's scared of you. I was like, N-word, I ain't scared of you, motherfucker. I lose my mind. It was crazy. Anyway, I'm getting all fired. I'm just remembering working for the damn car dealership. Shit drives me. Is Stein off all week? Yeah, he is. Stein's off all week. For our businesses, we just have to sell ourselves. Well, our work skills. Exactly. No. Right. That's why I'm kind of going off a little wrong here, but like insurance. Oh, insurance sucks. I mean, there's so many jobs. I mean, it's not even really about selling, because look at lawyers. And I'm not saying every lawyer is bad, but if you have a lawyer and he calls you and he says, hey, the court contacted me, said the 30th isn't going to be good. Can we switch it to the 4th? Does the 4th work for you? Hold on. Let me look at my calendar. 4th doesn't work. What about the next to the 5th? Yep, the 5th work. Okay, great. All right. I'll see you on the 5th. Don't forget that. Be there at 9. Dress good, kid. Dress good, kid. Okay, I will. I'll see you. Oh, I dress to the 9s, chuckalaka. I'll be in court, baby. It's all about looks. I know it's all about looks. All right, we'll see you there. All right, see you at 9. All right, peace. Then I get billed for $300 for that chuckalaka calling me. That's a dirty business. I am not built for that. I wouldn't mind being a lawyer. I'd like to argue, but to tell you the truth, it's very little percentage of the time do lawyers actually get to lawyer and be in court and fighting. You know what I mean? Most of the time, it's billing old ladies for you calling them. Like, fudge that shit. I'd love to get paid in meatballs for like 2 days. And then I need that cash money. Yeah, exactly. And those meatballs look delicious, by the way. They were freaking massive. Doc Massey. I know I'm gonna be going all the way up. Shit. I hope Alex doesn't get mad at me. Steve, just so you know, I don't hate you and didn't have your stream pulled down. I'm an open book. You can reach me. Yeah, I figured that. I knew that, to be honest with you. I don't like saying his name because it's like, saying Bloody Mary in the mirror in the bathroom 10 times to yourself or whatever the hell that thing was. But Holyoke Joe causing all types of fucking messing around with all types of people. That's the truth, and that's what's happening. Let me hurry up with this shit. Oh, Alex, time, please don't hate me. It's the Tiffany Gomez replay. What's going on with Alex's show tonight? So if you haven't seen it, you can watch it later. But it's a replay. It's not live. I love you, Alex Stein. With all my soul. You fucking know that, bro. All right, let's hurry this up.
Because for folks at home, they might be confused. The survivors know the names. You've seen these powerful people. Why can't you say the names?
Can you guys hear that? This lady said, everybody knows, everybody at home is like, what happened? Who are these people? You know the names. Can you just tell everybody at home what the fucking names are so we can get this shit going? HOJ, what is that? I know. It is all reruns, but still, I always like, we support that Alex no matter what. I just feel a little bad. And Funk the Blaze. I don't want to give them any more views or money than I have to. You ain't lying. I feel the same fucking way. My heart, I don't know if it went in my throat or sank to my stomach, whatever the hell the heart's supposed to do in the bad way. When Alex said they didn't pick up his contract, I literally wanted to throw up. So fuck the Blaze. Is right. All right, let's hurry this shit up.
Could you just explain for folks?
Why do we have to say the names when the government knows the names?
Did you hear that? You guys heard that, right? Reporter says, can you just tell us the names? That'd be nice so we can fucking get this, ball rolling here so we can actually get the justice that you supposedly say you want. Why do we have to say the names? If I am a fucking victim, that motherfucker did it right there. I'm not going to be like, we got games to play. Fuck that. Bill Clinton choked me out, did some shit. I don't care how old he is. Wood chipper that mother chucker.
And we're also scared to do so. Look what's happened to so many of the survivors that have revealed names.
What are you talking about? Give me a fucking... We're so terrified up here. They're all trying to get you 15 minutes of fame, except for guess who? Oh, you can't see it. I'm on the wrong screen. Where is she? This little one right here. You guys can't see my damn cursor. The Brazilian chick who ended up in Brooklyn with the terrible parents who just let her at 14 years old. And, I'm being a little bit of a wise guy. Any girl who was, wrongfully treated by these people, especially as a child, like, that's fucking horrible. And I believe they should get all the justice in the world. And if our government has anything to do with it, then they should get some taxpayer money. We owe them, or they're owed. We don't technically owe them, but that's how our system works. They should get some shit for it. But guess what? You ain't naming names, and you want my money? You better fucking name chucka-lucka names. I keep swearing.
Yeah. I find the question about the bill.
I think it's also worth saying that having representatives.
I don't like this one at all. Names? Why would we name names? The government knows the names, right? I mean, the government was there when I was giving him Jeffrey the $300 hand jobs. You.
I think between our firm and Boyce Schiller, hundreds of victims, and we've talked to them about the various people that they were farmed out to. So we've created somewhat of a list.
All right, listen to this. He just said farmed out to. Listen carefully. This is what I've heard this like 3 times. That's why I'm confident. Watch this.
Most of these individuals, the victims, are very scared to say these names because they could get sued. They're going to get attacked.
Fuck you, sue me. Sue me. What you did to me is you will burn in hell for what you did to me. There's nothing else you can do to me, mother chucker. Bring it. That's how soup. I mean, maybe it's just I would fucking lose my mind.
And nobody protected him the first time. And that was against one person. So is there a list? There is a list. But just to dispel kind of the common theme here, every one of these women was abused by Jeffrey Epstein, and his scheme was to personally abuse women.
You hear that? You guys heard Hazlitt on Bubba. Most of you guys, if you listen to Bubba the Love Sponge this morning, Attorney Hazlitt was on there. Lawyers don't just say things willy-nilly. They are very, very keen on exactly the words to use. He said all of these women were abused by Jeffrey Epstein. See what I'm saying? Not passed around, not sold, not in chains, hungry in, some weird Jewish temple on a little shithole island there, whatever it's called. And, some rich guy comes in and just has his way with this girl. Oh, that makes me fucking fear it. That makes me want to wood chipper them myself. But that's not what was happening. And that's what this lawyer just made sure. All of these chicks were basically servicing either Jeffrey or Ghislane.
When they reached a certain age, he did farm a section of them, some of them, out to some of his friends. Do
you hear that? So here's the true story now. We're getting a lot of truth today. When some of these chicks, I guess, aged out or just didn't like. By the way, Jeffrey Epstein had like a wonky little peen. He had like a weird bent carrot, micro carrot. You know what I mean? So they were probably like, "Oh God, I can't do this anymore." And it's like, "Will you stop making that face?" My bad, yo. I can't even stop doing it. It's so gross. Oh my God, it's like a baby carrot was sitting in the pot too long. It's all squishy. And he's like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to call one of my buddies and see if they want a massage from you. Get her out of here. You're going to Prince Edward Island, whatever the fuck that dude is. I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm sorry. I'm being a fucking idiot, but
doesn't mean all of his friends. With that said,
it doesn't mean all of his friends. He gave the ones that couldn't deal with his little bent micro carrot to the other ones, or if they aged out, I don't, who the fuck knows, but it's just
more than happy to assist in helping create the list behind the scenes and see what we do with it.
We'll make some lists behind the scenes and see what we do with it. Yay, get rid of that. What do you mean see what we do with it? We're here for transparency. I thought today's transparency day. This is just as bad as the fucking binders. Maybe it's not, because the binders, we didn't get any information. Here, we're getting some truth now. So, a ton of these women were just paid to give, happy endings. Could they be victims in certain ways? I'm sure. Anyone that's underage is absolutely a victim, whether they're paid or not. But it's a big, different picture now. And now we're seeing that not everybody that Jeffrey Epstein was, he had all these rich and powerful people. They weren't all messing around with these girls. Some of them liked girls and they liked getting $300 massages. And he'd be like, all right, you don't like my bent little pickle? Go $300 a day, that guy instead. That's what happened.
But if someone's interested,
Go ahead.
Hold on. I think if someone's interested in prosecuting, they may have something different to say about sharing a list, but they're not sharing a list for nothing to happen. And that's the experience that they've had for all of these years.
Now, I understand that, but here's the thing. So if somebody robs my house and I'm like, listen, unless you prosecute the guy who robbed my house, I'm not telling you who did it. So the cop's like, buddy, it doesn't work that way. I don't know who the fuck robbed your house if you don't tell me. You know who did it. There's all people robbing houses around here. You know the fact. Well, yeah, there's all people robbing houses. I don't know which one did it. Well, stop prosecuting some of them, and maybe I'll tell you who robbed my house. Does that logic make sense? Just the way I'm seeing it.
Yeah, thank you all. We're waiting to see the fate of this discharge petition right now as we're here. The speaker and others have said that the people he met with yesterday had concerns about your names being released if this bill were passed. And some people I talked to today are not signing the discharge petition because they say you don't want them to. Can you clarify if that is accurate?
Do any of the survivors here not want the bill to pass?
Yeah.
First of all, our legislation, Kana and I went through this. We talked about this, and we were very careful to make sure that there is an exception so that personally identifiable information, not just their names, but anything they could be identified by, would not be disclosed.
And can you?
I mean, that's basic. You know, when the government gives us like who killed JFK files, they redact shit. It sucks. We all get pissed. I get super pissed. But that's just the name of the game. Redact, redact, redact. That's fine. I mean, what a stupid question.
Can you speak to that as survivors yourself?
Imagine being here and you ask dumb, stupid questions. I would love to be there. Right? I'd be like, okay, so, you know, guy robs my house. Cops come. They say, you know, we want to prosecute this guy. You know who he was? Yeah, I actually happen to know who he was. Who was he? I'm not telling you until you put him in jail. Do you understand? Okay, now that you understand that, were any of you touched by Trump? No. Okay. Were any of you touched by Bill Clinton? No. Oh, this one said maybe. Why'd you say maybe? Like, I'd fucking ask real questions.
But I think all of them are on the same page. That they want everything released. Yes, they unequivocally redact personally identifying information and release everything else. Okay.
Mr. Edwards, thank you.
Yeah, sure.
I think, all right, so after this lady is a real good question. It's not a good question, but it's funny, their reaction to one question that they don't like. It's after this chick.
You have stayed silent for so many years. Today, this is the first time, if you understand correctly, you have never before gone public with your story and to share this. Can you help us understand why today, why now, and why here?
All right, if you didn't see it, lawyer guy was standing here in the middle, and he was looking at this lady in the eye. This is what do you guys call it? You know, what do they call it? The carnival biz, when you have like a fake setup person ready to do their deal. Egg shaped that way, right? Because the government gives a shit. You don't. Exactly. Okay, I can understand that. Virginia. You know what's funny? I think she was too, but if I had to bet, like, you know, half of my money, I wouldn't bet it, just because there's a lot of reports that she was, you know, losing her mind. Like, she was abusive to her husband. She's doing all types of crazy shit. I don't know, but I lean towards she was offed for real. One girl got taken out by a bus. Yes, she got hit by a bus. I can show you a bunch of live leak videos of like crazy women, you know, like not paying attention and getting hit in street by a bus, or yelling at somebody, or like laughing with their friend. Like, I'm not joking either. It's on live leak all the time. So I don't know why I torture myself watching these terrible videos, but you know, it could happen. But then again, who the hell? I don't know. I don't know what to believe. Yeah, before this bullshit right here with these broads, this press conference, I would have said Virginia Gilfray was definitely offed. The bus was driven by CIA. Just everything. Now I don't know what to believe anymore. And maybe that's why this thing's, who knows? And that's what I'm talking about, Bob. She was one of the first vocal victim. Yes. And she named names. So, you know, they kind of got a thing. $300 HJs isn't a bad gig if you're an adult. Exactly. You know, but then coming back later and being like, they can only sue if they're lying, though. Wait, they can only sue if they're lying. See, here's the thing. I don't even know if they can sue anyways. If they come out and they're like, Tom Hanks in 03, was on Little St. James and had his way with me, and I was a victim. I think they maybe if they do it in New York, because New York like switched their laws or whatever, but I believe the statute of limitations is up for most of these shit. I know they can't prove it without solid evidence, so they can be sued. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're probably right, but for me, I would be like, it happened. Give me lie detector, whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever I got to do. I'm telling you right now, and I'd name everything. Bill Clinton, all head, no shaft. Vein on the left side. What? You know what I mean? I fucking get every single detail, like everything. Like when you're passionate and you know some shit went down, fuck all that. Sue me for what, bitch? I don't care. You can take all my money. You did it. You did it. You hurt me. I am definitely getting canceled tonight. Oh my God. It was egg shaped. I was like big carrot. Peyronie's, little baby Peyronie's. TKD. Judy Test is in the house. Thank you for being here, Judy. I still want to know who's got the video evidence that I know exists. Exactly. Pam Bondi's too busy burning it. She's like, damn it. I only burnt the copies when I was in charge of this in Florida. What the hell is it called? The district attorney or whatever, fucking Florida, the attorney general in Florida. When I let Epstein go the first time, I thought I burnt all these. Why are these tapes back? She's a piece of garbage, by the way. Pam Bondi sucks. Fat pig. I'm sorry, but a good dill pickle with a sandwich just completes the meal. It completes the meal. I agree. It's a meal completer, brother. Epstein set up the rich Jizu guy to get millions of dollars. No way he stopped there. Exactly. Is it a mark? I don't think it's a mark. It's like, like if, you're selling like, this snake oil's great. It cures everything. Blah, 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 blah. Look at it. It's great. And then you have some guy who's your buddy in the audience. He's like, that stuff doesn't work, dude. This guy doesn't think it works, huh? Come over here and try it. And he's like, whoa, I was blind. I could see. Look at it. Cured him, everybody. Come on, right over there. $5 for snake oil. That guy, I forget what you call that guy. There is a name for it. It's not Mark, though. Marks are everybody else in the audience who believes that this guy, really got cured by the snake oil. She was in hiding. She had recently spoken up again. Coincidence that she is, I don't think so. Listen, I'm with you. I really am. Like, I don't, this press conference threw me for a damn nice knowing you. Oh, no. I don't know. Listen, I'm like the people who would off me are probably happy with what I'm saying because they're like, yes. Oh, hey, he thinks it's fake. Where's the physical evidence? Bro, it's on them gosh dang tapes. It's like people say, if I'm lying, sue me, but most won't sue because they can't prove shit. That's true. AG, Attorney General, yes. I agree with TFP on that. I do too. Dill pickle supremacy, baby. Bread and butter is great. No, bread and butter is great too. I have it all. Oh, that's the plant. Have a plant. I knew I couldn't remember the daggone thing. Yes, DMS, you guys need to talk. All right, let's finish this up before DMS comes on because I went all the way through Alex. I love you, Alex. I don't be mad at me. I love you.
Well, it is not okay for us to be silenced. And it's not okay for Jeffrey Epstein and everybody else to be put on a pedestal. I think everybody needs to hear from us because we know what went on, right? And there is not only me who's been silenced. There are hundreds of women that are silenced.
I agree. Everybody does need to hear you. You are the only one who actually gave any details today, by the way, sweetheart. You get all the money. You and the other one who was 14. All the rest of you broads, you ain't getting shit.
My hope is to stop this abuse for the future, right? For people that are coming up, for women.
So far, they didn't say anybody else. They had to give Robert Crafts. There were no happy endings for anybody else except Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislane. Every one of these people said that. They didn't name anybody. So Epstein's gone, supposedly. I think he's still in Tel Aviv. But whatever. Ghislane's behind bars, and you guys all got paid. Probably not even close to enough for what you went through. But you didn't say any other perpetrators. So what do you want? The two people who did this to you in jail or fucking whatever.
Daughter, for example, these women have daughters. They most definitely don't want that anymore. And I think mainly this is therapy for all of us too. We want to be heard.
It's true. And it feels great. Like I said earlier, just getting it off your chest, it is great. So I hope this does comfort the actual victims in this crowd.
Nobody also has never asked me to speak. That's also another thing. So I can say for all of us here, we are here. We want this bill to pass. It is very important. Okay. And we need transparency. We are tired of looking at the news and seeing Jeffrey Epstein's name and saying that this is a hoax. We are tired of it. We are done. We're not going to be silenced. And I hope.
See, it's saying it's a hoax. We haven't heard that. Like Trump said that once or maybe even twice, but I think just once. And Trump, he says a lot of shit. He kind of probably wants to shove back in his gullet. But I mean, it's a hoax, people. It's a hoax. I don't know. I don't know. I feel bad for this one so bad. So I'm trying to be nice to her.
That my voice will bring other survivors and other victims to come along and speak out so that we can be more of a stronger voice and louder. All right, listen.
You said, what's your message to Donald Trump?
Listen, I don't want to send a direct message to him. I'm already scared enough.
We all agreed. Let's pretend this isn't political so that the Democrats can win the midterms. Oh, I don't trust this or that. Now look at our girl, Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's not laughing. I wonder why. Everybody else is laughing. Marjorie Taylor Greene's like, what's going on? I just want to help y'all.
Yeah, just pass the vote. Listen to us. This is not a hoax. It's not going to go away. And like I said on my speech earlier, we're not going to be silenced anymore. We will be speaking moving forward wherever we need to be. We will be, and we need to pass this.
This is the question. We got to hurry up because DMS is coming on.
So for years, we've heard that there was an Epstein client list or some kind of list. Now we hear from DOJ that there's no list. But across victims, what do you guys think? I know you're working on your own list, but do you believe that Jeffrey Epstein had a list?
Yeah, so there's not a list. Yeah. So here's what it was. Just like you heard everybody today, Jeffrey Epstein created through an organization of enablers, of people that were on his payroll. It was a complicated scheme where others should still be investigated because they helped to enable him and operate the scheme. Without those people, he could not have done this. But the purpose was for him to personally abuse people. With that being said,
the purpose was for Jeffrey Epstein to abuse them. That was the purpose. This is what this dude is saying.
Certain of his friends, he farmed out certain of the women that he was exploiting too. But that wasn't the primary purpose of that scheme. And I don't think he wrote the names of those people down. There's not a list of, hey, here's all of the people that I sent females to. That's just not how that organization works.
We got to go, guys, but that's kind of a good place to stop at because, oh, shit, wait a minute. I'll be 5 minutes late. Keep going. Okay. All right. I love you. Thank you. I already feel terrible about going over on Alex's live. So, to be fair, Alex should be live covering this. So, you're taking the reins, God. Thank you for making me feel a little bit better. They don't have access to video evidence. So, So it's just them saying a person did that to them, they would get sued. I don't know if they get sued. I really don't. I'll tell you right now, like I said, if somebody did that shit to me, I'd tell the whole fucking thing. If I had this opportunity, but then again, it's me. So I'm not trying to You know, all I know is from the chicks on here who were like in college, who were over 20, and that other broad who was like 22 or 23, and she's like, they casted Couch did me. And I kept going back for 20 years for $300 a whack. You ain't shit. I don't want to hear your shit. I mean, unless you want to tell us something actually happened. Today was your day. She didn't say jack squiddly squat about any actual thing. Yet nobody wants to, spin Ghislaine Maxwell's dirty parts, or Pickle Jeff and his little bent pickle. But you got paid and you kept going back for 20 years. Like Chiquita Banana from Brazil is a victim. The Casting Couch broad, I don't even know how he kept you around for 20 years if he only likes, 16-year-olds. And once you're 17, you go to fucking Prince Andrew. I'm sure a lot of that shit happened, but I'm telling you, this broad said for decades, she said she was massaging for decades. A lot of the shit's not making sense.
Agreed?
Is there any evidence that Jeffrey Epstein was involved with or tied to the CIA or a foreign intelligence operation?
I think that the safest thing for me to say is all files should come out, whether it is for this with the CIA, FinCEN, SEC, FBI. I'm not just making these up haphazardly. I'm giving
one more. You're missing one there, buddy. You're missing one important one. The actual one he worked for. You're missing.
in your roadmap where to look.
Now, wait a minute. Now, why can't, I mean, so how about this? All these women have lawyers. Why couldn't they come out and say, I would like for them to look at Tom Hanks and Bill Clinton? I'm not saying why. I'm not saying anything, but they should look at them too. This guy just did that, didn't he? He's like, they should look at the CIA, the FBI, LMNOP, the QRS, and the TUV. He didn't name Mossad because that's who the fuck Jeffrey Epstein worked for. But why can't they do that? And he's like, that they should look at those people. It's like, that's what these chicks could do. I'm not a lawyer. Clearly. But that's what the hell. They were surrounded by lawyers. Be like, yep, fucking Seth Rogen, did it in the fucking kitchen with the fucking candlestick. I don't know anything. What do I know? Look for Joe Rogan with the candlestick. I mean, not Joe Rogan, Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen. Sorry, Joe Rogan. I hate Seth Rogen, so I had to say Seth Rogen.
Go ahead.
Ask you, the White House has said that this citizen discharge resolution is a very hostile act. What's your response to victims' response you think you offer?
I'll go first and then I'll let them. They're much more important than me, but I don't understand why it's a hostile act. I can tell you that I talked to President.
Said something like President Trump's fucking people said that this press conference is a hostile act.
President Trump back in 2009 and several times after that, he didn't think that it was a hoax then. In fact, he helped me. He got on the phone. He told me things that were helping our investigation. Now, our investigation wasn't looking into him, but he was helping us then. He didn't treat this as a hoax. So at this point in time, I would hope that he would revert back to what he was saying to get elected, which is, I want transparency. This about face that occurred, none of us understand it. In fact, I don't understand how this is an issue that's even up for debate.
I don't know if you guys know this. The strategy for all Democrats right now for the midterms is that Donald Trump ran on releasing the Epstein files, and he's covering up for everybody because him and all his friends are in it. So vote for me for governor of Virginia. Vote for this Democrat. That's what I'm not exaggerating. That's the Democrat, the DNC's thing right now. This guy just said it. He just said it. Now, how about this? Nobody, Bill Clinton, everybody, this guy called every famous person, politician you can name in 2009 to help them to take down Jeffrey Epstein in Florida, where Pam Bondi was the AG, and she let him go. the first time. Now she let him go the second time. But anyway, Donald Trump was the only one who helped. Donald Trump's the only person who kicked Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago when he was hitting on a 14-year-old girl who happened to be friends with one of his other friends, you know, somebody who's like a good friend of him. He's like, what the fuck? Kicked him out, helped take the dude down. In my opinion, because for a while there, I was thinking, I'm like, Trump must have done some dirty shit. You know, if he's there with the 22-year-old failed actress broad and he's getting a couple of, Robert Crafts. I mean, I wouldn't do that. I'm happily married. That's fucking shitty. But I'm not Trump, and maybe Trump wasn't married. He's in between wives. I don't know. Go ahead, get your thing. You know, she's fucking been there for 2 decades. She's $300 a whack. She's happy to do it. But if it's some underage chick, that's a different story. But see, I don't think Trump did. Maybe I'm just a big sap, but I don't think Trump did anything with any minors.
How do you not stand behind these women after you've heard their stories and know that hundreds of them were abused, and it was only because files are being kept in secrecy? The world should know who he is, who protected him, and the other people that are out there to be investigated need to be investigated.
I agree with everything you just said.
Good.
Are there any people who are currently serving in government who are named, who you know of, are in these files, who you had relations with, anything of that sort, who Jeffrey Epstein connected you with?
Is it funny? This chick in the black suit right here immediately rolled her eyes, was like, oh, don't say anything. The guy didn't. The guy asked, is there anybody currently serving that might be in these files? All you have to do is say, yes. Who are they? I'm not saying their names. But they are somebody currently in office, like fucking Lindsey Graham. Of course, Lindsey Graham is down there. Well, maybe not. They were mostly women. But still, you know.
Yes or no? I don't think I can answer it.
I can't answer that. So we're fucking just as useless as Pam Bondi and fucking Kash Patel.
Sorry.
I think this is it. I thought it was the other one because the guy's voice sounded, the reporter's voice sounded. This gotta be it. This gotta be it. He said, you represented Virginia Dufresne, correct? Or Gilfrey.
I think she's referring to my speech.
She's very good. Hi, Anushka DiGiorgio. I have been threatened. I was threatened by phone. My daughter was threatened when I was volunteering to participate in, by means of being a witness in a civil lawsuit that Virginia Dufresne was bringing against Ghislaine Maxwell. I have been followed. I have been stalked. I have been followed not only by journalists, but by people who do not get out of the car and do not try and talk to me and just drive behind me as I drive my daughter to school. So the fear is very real for us. I have also been in multiple situations with both Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, where they have been direct and indirect about implying and saying that if I was to talk, if I was to bring any kind of trouble, then there would be severe consequence, including death.
Talk about what? About you servicing Ghislaine and Jeffrey? Because you didn't say anything about anybody else.
And just to add to that, Maxwell also threatened my sister Maria Farmer. When the FBI did nothing about her initial report, we did. She reported individually at that time, and then in 2002, we spoke to a reporter at Vanity Fair, telling our stories, fearful that perhaps other people were being harmed. We were not. We believed that was going to make a difference. We believed that would be put in print, and that story was crushed. And it was because of their power. And the message that we got from that was direct threats from Maxwell to my sister about her well-being and her safety and about her family. So I think many people have similar stories of threats. That is a very real part of this case.
I get
Go ahead.
We all know that's true, and that's not cool at all.
Over here.
Do any of today's survivors speaking, anybody here ever have any connection or interaction with Epstein's alleged financier, Leslie Wexner?
No.
Nope. None of them had any connection or anything whatsoever with Les Wexman. You guys know he's like the guy who created Victoria's Secret. He gave like all his money to Jeffrey Epstein. It's the weirdest story. We gotta hurry up. We got 1 minute.
Seen as a victim when clearly
It was that he was friendly back then, did not think that it was a hoax and was trying to help. Right. And now it seems like all of the sudden
voice was elevated
way before our voices were elevated here today. And that same calm, manipulative voice that she had so polite there that day with Todd Blanche was the same polite, coercive, manipulative voice that I heard as she was grooming me to then send me off to the home of Jeffrey Epstein where he would assault me. So that's what she was doing for hours, speaking with me, building a relationship with me, building trust with me, allowing me to believe that I was going to get this job, a dream job that I had been recruited from my college, flown across the country from Los Angeles to New York City to interview. So I thought.
That's all. Listen, you guys just heard it. You know, we got to get the heck out of here. You know, there's a lot of craziness going on. I hope you guys learned a little something about my ridiculous, way of doing it. I am no Doc Matt Steve. Doc Matt Steve is the long form editor and reviewer. I'm just like, let's go, get through it. But speaking of which, please, everybody, somebody, there's a million mods. Link Doc Matt Steve's stream in the chat. We got to get going. Thank you to every single one of you guys so much on the bottom of my heart for being here. Thank you to Alex Stein for forgiving me for going over your whole free show. I love you guys so much, man. Get over to DMS's show right now. It's Doc Match Steve. I'll be back tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I just like saying it like that. Why the heck not? On that fun note, no, for real, we're going to have more fun. Go over to Doc Matt Steve, please. I'm going to be in the chat. We're all going to be in the chat. It's going to be fun as hell. And till tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love you guys. I love you guys so freaking much. Thank you, Morgan. There you go. Can I oh, shit, I didn't put this on either, the chat. Oh, well, what are you going to do? Tomorrow, you live and learn. Tomorrow, we're going to have more fun. 6 p.m. tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time. Get over to DMS right now, please. DMS, Doc Matt Steve.